Phillip Marsh, Phillipmarsh. He, him. My mediums is street art and wide format art with aerosol paints as well as acrylics, in addition to graphic arts. Over time, started out in the degree space of getting a graphic arts degree to further bring my practice into the 21st century. And then from there, utilizing that along with my artistic talents, moved back into the visual arts world from an education perspective. And so when COVID hit, I was a little bit more prepared than creatives that had not added that graphic arts component, because in the COVID era where everything is being forced online, having the capabilities to do concepts in Adobe systems where you can do mock-ups and things of that nature instead of drawing something out that may be more time consuming, has been a blessing. I always aim to have a political statement. You know, if you're not saying something in your art, I feel, what is the purpose? Usually that conversation is expressed in illustrative format, which is to disarm potential viewers that may not understand that message, and so it turns into more of a symbolic statement. And if you're educated to that perspective, you understand what's being said. And to those who don't, they still enjoy the art, but they miss the hidden messages and symbols inside of it. Artists play a leading role in all conversations in the community, whether it's from the Renaissance era, the Baroque period, all throughout history and time. It was artists who led the way to have a new direction for what creatives thought was the approach society needed to go into. So whether it was the Baroque period and more of an ostentatious period, or now in 21st century contemporary where we're in a more of an avant-garde period and kind of anything goes, you make your own rules. All of that is intentional and set by the artist. What this means for the community is massive. This phenomenal piece of artwork, which was produced and conceptualized with Black creatives at the forefront, is very political in and of itself, where in the beginning stages, most of the art produced at this moment in time came from outside of the community. And as we recentered that artwork discussion, this is the crescendo and culmination of the ending point of work that is being produced in this uprising moment. So, you know, this was my first time in a authentic collaboration with Darlene McClinton, and it was a very inspiring moment where I got to see Darlene in action and she got to see me in action, and I was able to do what most people feel I can't do, which was be a follower in the moment instead of always being a leader. And I appreciate all these wonderful artists that were involved in creating this moment. And it was an honor to be on the backside and make sure that all of the politics that are usually involved in these public art moments like this were kept at bay so that this type of work could be produced for our community. You know, as we look at the conversation of creatives being involved at the municipal level and really spearheading the new trend of creative tourism in smaller, sleepy towns like Greensboro, North Carolina, we really see the power that art can do. You know, this project, which was a negative experience of businesses being vandalized and looted, turned into a positive experience of art going up in places that it will never more than likely have the opportunity to go again, which is storefronts on Main Street. And so we appropriately used art to turn a negative into a positive. And this is the power of street art, which is much more accessible than art in museums and galleries, because people don't feel put off that they don't measure up to going into a gallery and not understanding that visual conversation. Whereas on the street, you can interact with art at your own leisure and pace, and you don't have to be looked down upon if you don't know certain art lingo types that you aren't familiar with. And again, that is the power of street art, because street art is the most accessible public art.